Hi guys, Belle here. We are going to be talking about the Windwalker Monk. Want to give a small disclaimer. I think I Windwalker Monk like 3 times in my whole life, so this is just going to be about showcasing what's here. I might not have a whole lot to say as far as what's going to be useful. Those of you that main a Windwalker, you guys will know more than anyone what you're about to see. I want to make sure that I highlight for you your artifact weapons. I'm not even going to try to pronounce those guys because this is just going to be another means for you guys to make fun of me, but here you have it. They are nice. If you have not watched any of the previous videos that I've done in this series for the Spec and Talent Preview in Legion, here's your new condensed stat window. Pretty nice. Now I want to also make sure you guys are aware this is alpha. This is current as of the 8th of May, and this is going to be your most current. Keep in mind it's probably going to change. It is alpha. They're doing ability pruning and all of that good stuff, so just keep in mind that is the case. You should also know going into this scenario that your you don't have a stance anymore, so there's not going to be any stances for you to have to deal with or worry about. You do have, you have a heal here and some other utility that they did give you, but you're not going to have to worry about healing in this scenario. Stance, I mean. You're not going to have to worry about your stances per se. So let's get right in and let's talk about what it means to be a Windwalker in Legion. So obviously the mastery here for Windwalker is going to be combo strikes. Your abilities deal 25% more damage when they are not on a repeat of a previous ability. So your combo is going to be your focus here. You have your Tiger Palm, your Blackout Kick, your Rising Sun Kick, Fists of Fury, Spinning Crane Kick, which is one of my favorite abilities, and Storm, Earth, and Fire, split into 3 elemental spirits suited to attacking 3 or more enemies. Not sure what that's about. We're definitely going to check that out. Lots of Windwalker specific talents. Hit combo. This is passive. With each successful attack that triggers combo strikes, it now grants a 1% increased damage, stacking up to 10 times. So the way that this feels, I don't main this, so you guys will know more than anything what this means. Obviously, you're still dealing with your chi here as a monk. They did not change that. So I wanted to try to get you a pretty good view of your artifact weapon here. It is dark. I do apologize it's dark on the server. I have to record these videos at night because my children aggro and scream in the background because, children. So, hopefully you guys can have a pretty good view of what those look like. I think they're adorable, especially being a gnome. So let's see what we're dealing with as far as our spells and all of that fine stuff. I tried to put most of the stuff on my bar. If you notice, you do have your Effuse. This is going to be a healing spell, pretty useful for you. And then you have several items here that are normal ones that you're pretty much used to seeing, so all that's pretty nice. This is actually a talent that I chose. We'll talk about that. And then this is something that I'm interested to show you guys as well, so that you guys can actually see that. I did pre-choose my talents because I actually used the Windwalker to acquire the artifact weapon on the level 100 server. This, of course, is the level 110 server, so that you guys can see the full scope of what you're dealing with damage-wise. So let's talk about your talents here and what we have. So you have your Chi Burst. This isn't news. This is not something that's new. It is a 30-second cooldown. Does have a small cast time. Hurls a torrent of Chi energy up to 40 yards, dealing 60k nature damage to all enemies and healing the monk and all allies within its path. This is something that provides a lot of utility and versatility as far as you being a Windwalker. We talked about you not having to worry about stances because they've kind of integrated a lot of these abilities among the different specs when it comes to monking. With your Eye of the Tiger, this is passive. Your Tiger Palm also applies Eye of the Tiger, which makes me laugh, dealing 30k nature damage to an enemy and 30k healing to the monk over 8 seconds. I actually chose this to be the one that I use just because it's passive. Your Chi Wave is instant. It's a 15-second cooldown. A wave of Chi energy flows through friends and foes. You're going to deal damage as well as heal, and it's going to bounce 7 times to targets within 25 yards. The Eye of the Tiger, obviously it's Eye of the Tiger, which is why I chose it. I do plan on singing this anytime I am windwalking, which isn't very often. We're not new to this next set, guys. Your Chi Torpedo, this replaces your roll, and also gives you, it stacks up to 2 times. It definitely increases your forward a huge long distance, increases your movement speed. I do like to use this a lot. Your Tiger's Lust, this is going to be what you're going to use in PvP situation, because it's going to increase a friendly target's movement speed for 70 seconds and removes all roots and snares. This is something that you definitely want to keep in your little toolbox. And then you have good old Celerity. This is passive, reduces the cooldown of roll by 5 seconds and increases the maximum number of charges. I am a huge roll. I love roll because I'm lazy and this gets me where I'm going a lot quicker. So for this instance, obviously I chose this so I could run around quickly. Your Ascension, we'll talk about that in a second. Your Energizing Elixir, this is a 1-minute cooldown. Chug an Energizing Elixir, refueling your energy and chi. Your energy, of course, is going to be your go-to. This is going to be what you're going to look to keep up at all times. And then your chi, of course, this is going to be used for your abilities, and your Tiger Palm is going to be the main way that you actually are going to generate that chi. Your Ascension, we know what this is. This is passive, increases your maximum chi by 1 and your energy regeneration by 15%. This is really, really nice for you to have and keep as a passive ability. And then you also have your Power Strike, which is another passive. Every 15 seconds, your Tiger Palm generates 1 additional chi. This is going to be just a choice here. You guys are going to choose when you're going to want to use each one or which one you would prefer. They're giving you options here, so make sure you take advantage and find what works best for your play style when it comes to windwalking. Ring of Peace, I talked about this in the Mistweaver video. It's an instant 45-second cooldown. Form a ring of peace around the friendly target. For 8 seconds, enemies in that ring that use a harmful spell or ability will be knocked out of the ring. This I thought was really cool for being a healer monk. So if you're on Mistweaver, I thought this was really cool for you to defend yourself, especially when you're in PvP. This would be really, really great when you're literally being trained by your melee or something like that. As far as windwalking goes, you guys would know better than I would know when this would be useful, since you already have a lot of defensive capability here, but this is just another one to add. Your Dizzying Kicks is passive. Blackout Kicks also reduce the target's movement speed by 70% for 30 seconds. I just chose this just because it was there. I'm actually going to choose the Ring of Peace because I want to see what that looks like. Then, of course, guys, you have your good old leg sweep. This is used in PvP. This is it's your knockdown within 5 yards and stunning them for 5 seconds. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to keep in your little toolbar and make sure that you use it when you need it. You also have this set here. You have your Healing Elixir. It's instant 30-second recharge. Drink a Healing Elixir, heals you for 15% of your maximum health. Healing Elixir will automatically trigger if you drop if you drop below 35% health and a charge is available. We're going to put this on here. I did really, really like this. I appreciate this, especially if you're windwalking and you're using that in PvP. I thought that was really nice. Then, of course, your normal Diffuse Magic, 2-minute cooldown, reduces magic damage you take by 60% for 2 seconds, or for 6 seconds, and transfers all currently active harmful magic effects back to their original caster if that's available. So if the original caster is alive. I'm thinking that probably PvE specific boss fights that do a lot of heavy magic damage, I'm thinking this would be a really good option for you to take as a DPS dealer. You also have your Dampen Harm. This is an instant ability, is on a 2-minute cooldown, reduces all damage you take by 30% from the next 3 attacks that damage you for 15% or more of your maximum health. You can also cast this while it's stunned. Not really sure if I would choose this over the Healing Elixir, considering the fact that the Healing Elixir only takes a 30-second recharge. This is just going to have to be a utility that you guys pick and choose whether or not you like it. For this next set, the Rushing Jade Wind, it's only a 5.49 second cooldown. It is an instant. It does consume a chi, summons a Whirlwind Tornado, causing 107 damage over 5.5 second enemies within 8 yards. When you're misweaving, this actually heals, so it does the opposite. Pretty nice. A lot of heavy damage coming out in just that one spell. So I do have that here. Although I don't have it on my bar, but I do have that here to show you what that damage looks like. Evoke Zune, the White Tiger. This is a 3-minute cooldown. Summons the effigy of Zune and the White Tiger for 45 seconds. Zune attacks your primary target and strikes 3 enemies within 10 yards every 1 second. I'm going to show you the Rushing Jade Wind, and then I'll talent into this to show you what this looks like, because it actually looks pretty freaking legit. Because it strikes 3 enemies within 10 yards every 1 second with Tiger Lightning for 13k nature damage. Your hit combo is going to be a passive. Each successful attack that triggers combo strikes in a row grants 1% increased damage, stacking up to 10 times. We talked about this earlier. This is going to be your Windwalker specific talent. For your last set here, you have Chi Orbit. This is a passive ability. Every 5 seconds, an orb of energy forms and rotates around you until it impacts an enemy, dealing 60k damage, maximum of 4 orbs. Pretty legit. It is a passive ability. You also have the Whirling Dragon Punch. This is an instant. This is an instant ability, 22-second cooldown is not too terrible. Performs a devastating whirling upward strike, dealing 215k damage to all nearby enemies. Only usable while Fists of Fury and Rising Sun Kick are on cooldown. That's actually pretty awesome. It's a huge amount of damage. Then you have, of course, Serenity, which replaces your Storm, Earth, and Fire. It's an instant 1.5 second cooldown. Enter an elevated state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in this state, you deal 40% increased damage and healing, and all chi consumers are free and have 50% reduced cooldown. Holy shit. Sorry about that. That is a huge talent to use. This is going to be one of those moments, guys, where you have to pick and choose what it is you need here. That's pretty amazing. So I'm sure those of you that main this class or main this spec will know what to use when. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I dig it. So I'm going to start by using that one just to show you guys what that looks like. So I do want to go over here. I want to give you guys just a nice breakdown of what that looks like. So let's go to a important one here. So I keep forgetting that I'm melee now, so I need to do all the things. So here's your Effuse. This is your heals. This gives you a nice little heal. And then you have your Tiger Palm. You have your Blackout Kick. That's all the same. We'll just click that again just because. Your Rising Sun Kick. Spinning Crane. Here's your Flying Serpent Kick. That was so funny. I was not prepared for that, guys. This guy is really rude. We're just going to go over here because he's kind of DDoSing. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Here's your Ring of Peace. I wanted to show you guys what that looks like. I dig that, actually. I like that. That's nice. I want to show you your Rushing Jade. That's going to be all that damage going out there. I guess I should put damage done here because that's kind of rude. Actually, probably go DPS instead, just so we can see what that looks like. So, I don't play this class on an everyday basis, guys, so this is what you're looking at. Now, I want to show you, I think I talked about showing you the Tiger. Where did it put it? Did it put it on here? Let's put it on here so we could show you guys. And I think we also said... I want to see what's... Shit, I'm in combat. I want to see what Serenity looks like, so hold on. If I could get out of combat, that'd be... I don't know why. Okay, so now we'll put Serenity on here versus the Punch, I think, because I want to see what that looks like. So let's go over here where we can have some privacy, and let's see what Serenity looks like. Well, alrighty then. So that's what that looks like. Let's get some Chi going up here. And here's your Flying Serpent Kick. Do your ring one more time. And then I want to show you your Tiger. Your crackling. This is all the stuff that we're totally used to seeing. I want to be able to use this. I need chi, that's why. Let me get some chi up, guys, so I can show you. Okay, so your Fist of Fury, it does... I like that animation. That's so neat. Literally, that's like so neat. Okay, here it goes. There's your tiger. Let's get that over there just so we'd have other targets so you could see it swapping. And then we'll put it back over here. I love this tiger. This thing is so freaking cool. There you go. So I like the fact that you get a pet, even though it's just for a small amount of time. I still think that's pretty amazing. Look at all that. That's so much fun. And your fists. Look at... So cool, guys. So cool. Totally digging it. Although, I don't know why he's not attacking it. That's okay, though. Still pretty awesome. Glad you guys got to see that. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching about the Windwalker changes. If you guys are watching this video, do me a favor and make sure you hit the like button. If you also are new to PWNCAST, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If there's any questions that you guys have specifically about Alpha, feel free to comment. Also comment and let me know what you guys think, if this is a class that you main. I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.